I remember there was a report on TV showing money being raised in the Middle East, for example, in Gaza. And it's interesting, there was a report showing Palestinians selling T-shirts to raise money for Obama. Can you believe it? Interestingly enough, right after Obama took office, one of his very first executive orders was to give $900 million to Gaza, which is run by Hamas, a radical Muslim organization that announced war on the United States of America. Listen, that's a pretty good return on few T-shirts, I have to tell you. $900 million.
I agree, that's a good return. Where does he get the authority to issue $900 million? What, out of the U.S. Treasury?
Well, like we have a lot of money sitting around. We have only $85 trillion debt. We are in big hole, $13 trillion foreign debt. The rest are unfunded Social Security, welfare benefits that was squandered until now. So we have nothing better to do with the money but to give $900 million to some thugs from Hamas that announced war on the United States of America.
So Dr. TAITZ, bringing it back to Judge David O'Carter in Santa Ana, did he issue any orders since October 5th that you're aware of? And how does that impact the trial that he's still got scheduled apparently for January 26th, even though he said he would take up to 1 year to decide the standing issue, the jurisdiction issue, and the political question issue? I'm just curious.
Well, he issued an order stating that the preliminary date for trial will be the final date. That the final date for trial against Barack Hussein Obama is January the 26th, 8:30 a.m. We will be having a jury trial, and it's going to be in the Central District of California, 411 West 4th Street, Santa Ana, California. Judge David O'Carter, room 9D, and everybody is allowed and invited to be there and witness history. And so far, he stood the course. Judge Carter is a former Marine, and I hope and I pray to God, and there are millions of people praying to God for him to stay healthy and stay strong and be true to his oath of office and Constitution. We need to uphold the Constitution of this nation. And during prior hearings on July the 13th and during the September the 8th hearing, Judge Carter stated on record, and I posted it on my website, each and every citizen of this country can read it and should read it. He stated, this is a very important case, it's a very important issue. It's important for the military, it's important for the whole country. Military needs to know if the commander-in-chief is legitimate. If he is legitimate, then he should stay in the White House. If not, he needs to be removed from there. He stated that on the record. He stated this case needs to be decided on the merits. So we need
but he set dates for discovery, didn't he?
He set the date
for the trial.
For trial, we have the date, deadline for submission for motion for summary judgment, November 16th. Then
will that be heard in court, or will that be something done in chambers?
In chambers, we'll just submit the motion if we want to submit it. I don't know if it will be necessary. We have pre-trial conference that will be held on January the 11th, and then we'll have the trial on January the 26th.
On September 8th, I was in the courtroom, but not everybody could get in. They had one overflow room. On October 5th, they had two overflow rooms, and we're starting a third.
Yeah, there were four.
Should Judge Carter let us bring our television camera in the courtroom and get this historic event on tape, or should he give someone like C-SPAN a camera in order to broadcast live? I think this is the most important case concerning a sitting president I've ever seen. What do you think?
I hope so, particularly considering the fact that there were so many spectators that they had to use TV anyways. They had to use TV monitors. They have the internal circuit TV, and we were arguing in one room, and there were people sitting in 3 other courtrooms, overflow courtrooms, so it makes sense. They already have the monitors there, they have TV, why not? And I do believe that this is probably going to be the most important case ever. The media around the world is saying, what is wrong with American mainstream media? I was interviewed by BBC, and I did one interview for them in English that was shown for English-speaking countries, and then I did another interview for BBC in Russian, BBC Russia, and it was shown prime time all over Russia. And the reporter was asking, I can't believe it. This is the scandal of the century. This is the case of the century, the scandal of the century. Why American media, mainstream media, is silent? And from what I understand, there is simply a gag order. They are not allowed to talk about it. The only time they're allowed to talk about it, and the only condition, is to denigrate honest American citizens, members of the military who dare to stand up and speak up. For example, when we won in court in Georgia, when the military revoked the orders for Major Cook. On MSNBC, Keith Olbermann showed up prime time and stated that this decorated officer who risked his life time and again, Major Cook, is a jackass. And he is hiding behind the skirt of his attorney, Orly TAITZ, who is a scam woman. And Orly TAITZ is the worst person in the world ever. See, mind you, not just today, and not just here. It's in the world ever. And I was so proud of this. I thought, great.
Yeah, if you got Keith Olbermann that angry with you, you must be doing something right.
Yeah, see, I mean, if he would have said that I'm a good person, I would have said, what did I do wrong?
Yeah. Well, also on another, you ventured into Joy Bahar's venue of pithy one-liners. It seemed like she was saying, but you're wrong because it's my show. But you're wrong because it's my show. Did you get the feeling that she was trying to win the argument because it was her show and that makes her right? I thought you made some very good points in spite of the fact she kept interrupting and cutting you off.
Well, in spite of the fact that she kept interrupting and cutting me off, most observers, even liberal Democrats, were saying that I won that debate in that I simply provided the truth. I provided the facts.